Mukesh Ambani has been my true supporter and biggest inspiration. He built Asia's largest personal fortune from a humble family textile business that started in a tiny two-room apartment in Mumbai. That fortune now stands near $100 billion, with his empire touching almost every sector of the Indian economy. Born in 1957 in Aden to a father who began as a simple petrol pump attendant, Mukesh's journey is the ultimate story of building massive success from modest beginnings. Upon arriving in Mumbai with no place waiting for them, the Ambani family moved into a basic two-room chawl in Bhuleshwar, a crowded tenement where families shared bathrooms, thin walls, and tight corridors. With no luxuries, no private car, and only public buses, this simple life with four people in two rooms became their true foundation. Mukesh studied at Hillgrange High School with his brother Anil, then St. Xavier's College, earned a chemical engineering degree, and headed to Stanford's MBA program, sharing classes with future Microsoft leader Steve Ballmer, though he never finished the degree. In 1980, as Dhirubhai's health declined, Mukesh left Stanford in his second year of MBA at just 23 years old. It wasn't a choice. It was family duty. He returned to India to support his ill father and a company in the midst of major expansion, with no finished postgraduate degree, but a factory to run. Reliance had started in 1958 as a small trading operation in spices and polyester yarn, becoming Reliance Textiles by 1966 through aggressive backward integration, controlling every step of the supply chain, from raw petrochemicals to finished fabric, for total independence and stronger margins onward. By 2002, Reliance Industries had become one of India's largest companies by revenue and market cap, dominating refining, petrochemicals, and textiles across the full supply chain Dhirubhai had dreamed of from a two-room start 4 decades earlier. Then, in July 2002, Dhirubhai died without a will, leaving 2 sons and 1 empire with no instructions. What followed was a fierce battle through courtrooms, boardrooms, and headlines that reshaped not only the Ambani family, but India's entire corporate and telecom landscape. To see how a family feud fueled a telecom revolution, we need to examine how Reliance was split and what Mukesh built from the pieces left to him. A fierce, public, and bitter sibling rivalry erupted between Mukesh and Anil, one of the most intense in Indian business history. Accusations flew openly: spying, sabotage, and aggressive power grabs over board seats and control. Each side fed the media with calculated precision, more like a PR war than family mourning. Court cases piled up as shareholders watched the stock price swing wildly with every headline. The battle spread across subsidiaries, gas fields, telecom, and finances, a full-blown corporate civil war in the spotlight, with India's 2 most powerful brothers at the center. Eventually, their mother, Kokalaben, stepped in and brokered a formal split in 2005. In 2005, conventional wisdom declared that Anil had won the better deal in the family split. India's mobile subscriber base was exploding faster than almost anywhere else, making telecom the undisputed sector of the decade. Anil received the platforms, spectrum, and momentum, while Mukesh was left with capital-heavy oil refineries and cyclical infrastructure. But this expert consensus turned out to be catastrophically wrong. The gas dispute added even more bitterness to the brothers' rivalry. The KGD6 natural gas basin became a major flashpoint when Anil accused Mukesh of breaking an agreement to supply gas at below-market prices to his power plants. The conflict required multiple Supreme Court interventions, followed by renegotiations, with legal scars that never fully healed. The real cost of the feud? In destroyed trust, huge legal bills, and the massive distraction of 2 powerful brothers fighting each other instead of the competition is impossible to calculate. What Mukesh did instead was wait. The launch of Jio wasn't just market disruption, it was total demolition. Airtel and Vodafone Idea lost millions of subscribers almost overnight, while smaller operators disappeared completely. Consolidation swept the industry faster than regulators could handle. Critics slammed it as predatory pricing, designed to starve rivals until they collapsed. Mukesh called it democratization. Either way, the outcome was decisive. Jio evolved from a basic connectivity network into something far more powerful. A dynasty is more than a company. It's a family with its own private texture, struggles, and spectacular public moments. To truly understand the Ambani empire, we need to step inside the family itself. In 1985, Mukesh Ambani married Neeta Dalal in a traditional arranged match, common in Gujarati families. Dhirubhai spotted her as a school teacher dancing at a family event, was impressed, and introduced her to his son. The relationship followed the classic sequence: meetings, family approval, and a wedding that tied their lives to the soaring trajectory of one of India's most powerful companies. The discipline Mukesh applies to his business life extends fully into his household. Neeta has described him as her biggest supporter, the wind beneath her wings, and greatest inspiration. Genuine words reflecting 4 decades of marriage inside one of the world's most scrutinized families. Their path to parenthood was challenging. Twins Akash and Isha were born through IVF after years of waiting, followed by Anat. These 3 children grew up in a world of heavy security, private air travel, and a skyscraper home. Neeta's philosophy for the next generation goes beyond legacy management. It's personal and heartfelt, ensuring their individual aspirations are truly fulfilled. This belief was showcased on a global stage in 2024 during Anant Ambani's engagement celebrations. The pre-wedding events took place in Jamnagar, the same city where Mukesh built the world's largest grassroots refinery decades earlier. The site was transformed into a spectacular purpose-built complex featuring a glass palace, massive concert-scale stages, and luxury logistics for thousands of international guests. Rihanna performed for $8 to $9 million, joined by Justin Bieber and the Backstreet Boys, along with a cruise as part of the program. Over 2,000 elite guests from business, entertainment, politics, and sports attended. At number 4, Altamount Road in the exclusive Kumbala Hill neighborhood of South Mumbai stands a structure that looks like nothing else in the city. From a distance, it defies all categories. Not a tower block, not a palace, not a commercial building. It exists completely outside any prior reference points, because none existed before it was built. This is Antilia, completed in 2010, rising 27 stories across 400,000 square feet of internal space. Antilia's construction cost is estimated between $1 and $2 billion, with its current value significantly higher. It stands as the most expensive private residence ever built. The interior is like an entire small city block, a massive garage for 168 cars across multiple underground levels, a private 50-seat cinema, a ballroom, stunning hanging gardens on several floors that need their own dedicated horticultural team, a Hindu temple, a full spa and gym complex, and 3 helipads on the roof for simultaneous aircraft access. Antilia also became a lightning rod for sustained public anger. In a country marked by some of the world's sharpest income divides, this ultra-luxury skyscraper home symbolizes a gap between street level and penthouse that feels impossible to bridge. Instead of just admiration, it attracts deep fury. In February 2021, the building faced a terrifying threat. An SUV packed with gelignite explosives was found abandoned near the perimeter gate, accompanied by a direct threatening letter to the Ambani family. The case exploded far beyond a simple bomb threat, connecting to a separate murder investigation and serious allegations of political interference at the highest levels of Mumbai Police Command. The chain of implications reached powerful figures well above the level of a parked SUV. Bloomberg's deep investigation later described the incident as exposing major structural dysfunction within Mumbai's law enforcement system. A customized Boeing 737 MAX business jet, configured as a private airborne residence, serves as the Ambani family's primary long-haul aircraft. It is supported by additional jets and helicopters for shorter routes. One helicopter, reportedly acquired for Nita Ambani at around 250 crore rupees, includes a private bedroom and jacuzzi. Rumors of a super yacht dubbed the Floating Antilia have circulated, while a fleet of supercars completes their collection, spanning every category of luxury transport. This is the physical inventory of trillionaire life. To understand the future direction of the Ambani empire, we must look at Mukesh's enormous $110 billion bet on the future, alongside the legal and political battles he still carries from the past. In February 2026, Mukesh Ambani announced a staggering commitment of 10 lakh crore rupees, approximately $110 billion over 7 years, to build AI data centers, digital infrastructure, and the clean energy systems to power them. The project begins in Jamnagar, the same city that houses Reliance's massive refinery complex, now reimagined as the launchpad for this new era. The first data center will start at 120 megawatts and scale toward gigawatt capacity, powered entirely by Reliance's own renewable energy. That green energy surplus is not an afterthought. It is the very foundation of Mukesh's AI strategy.